Hey everybody, it's Percolating, and today we are doing another real talk. Today I decided to do one on being in high school, doing things in high school, and just like some of the things that happen when you are in high school. Because, I am, matter of factly, in high school. So I just thought I'd talk about it a little bit, or at least from my perspective and what I see and what I get. So to start things off, I like learning. I do like learning new things, but it's usually only the things I'm interested in that I'll learn and get down pack really fast. Versus some people, I don't know how they do it, but they manage to get all A's in everything and anything, and I don't understand how they do that. I have to be interested in it. So that's just a fact for me. If I'm not interested in it, I'm not going to learn it very well. Um, as far as this goes, I know that you have to get through high school. You got to get your diploma and blah blah blibbity blab. But a lot of times, that's all that's required for some jobs. It's weird because now college seems like the baseline of intelligence with like an AA degree minimally. But very well, if you come out of high school with the correct knowledge and blibbity blab, you should be able to, in theory, go straight out into the world. Now, again, these are all just my perspectives and blibbity blabs, so don't take them for fact. But from what I do know, excuse me here while I adjust the microphone. But from what I do know, that's what I've seen. That's literally what I've seen. I don't know what you guys have seen or what you may say, but that's what I see here in the U.S. of A. in Florida in Pinellas County. Now, a lot of things go into schooling, from how they have teachers, from how they hire their teachers, to how the students have to act to get a good education and blah blah blah. But I was raised by teachers. I've always been someone who learns, and I've also, in recent times, I've played even the bad part once or twice. So I've been on just about every part of the spectrum that I can think of, at least. It's a lot obvious. Obviously, I've only been there for a little bit in each one, depending on how you want to look at it. But I've been to a lot of the different sides of the spectrum, so this again is just from what I've seen and what I've experienced and what I've like been through and what I've seen. So again, just my perspective on things. Teachers are not caring as much as they used to. There are some, but generally what's wrong with high school for me is that there are a lot of teachers that will say, well, you need this so you can go to college, but they don't take into account, especially someone like me, who what I'm interested is not going to be taught, rather it has to be experienced and learned via like time and effort put into it. College isn't something I'm interested in. So when they look at me, they're like, you need this for college. I don't want to go to college. So what am I doing now? Well, you got to learn this so you can go to college. I don't want to go to college. What can I do to make myself better now? No one has that other side. It's always, you got to go to college. You got to make sure that you're ready for your next step. But my next step includes moving straight into the world, taking it head on, and if I need to take classes to do that, then I'm okay with that. But for the most part, they're telling me all there is learning and doing to follow whatever it is so I can get the job I want. But the job I want needs to be created. I don't want a job under someone. Matter of factly, I've said this, and a lot of people think I'm kidding, but I'm so serious. If at around 25, nothing of mine has worked out, and I'm like, nothing is even moving remotely close to what I want and what I would like in my life, I'm probably just gonna completely take my laptop, take my camera, whatever other equipment that I happen to have at the time, and I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna get up pack my stuff, grab whatever cash I got, and then walk out of my house and just keep going. And every so often, whenever I get an internet connection, edit a video and put it up on the YouTube. So either way, it's like that's what I want to do. So I just keep doing it. Get a job wherever I go. Like, I don't mind because I don't require much. And people say, oh, you won't make it out there. I'm like, well, you know what? If I'm out there, unless I'm out there, I won't really know. So, I mean, that is legitimately, if I don't get anything else in my life, I'm going to experience things, because that's what I want in my life. Is I want experiences. I want to be able to share them with people. And if I can't share them with people, I'll go by myself, because I've been solitary for a long time. It doesn't mind. Like, I don't mind. I know Valentine's Day is a couple days away. I don't mind. I've never had a Valentine's. I'm not looking particularly forward to Valentine's. I don't like Valentine's Day, but that's a different thing for a different year, because this Valentine's I missed it. So whatever. So that's for teachers. They don't really look at, oh, you're gonna be doing something different. Well, here's how I can help you here. I don't get a lot of that. And it really sucks, because they even say it constantly. You're such a smart kid. You could easily do this. You could easily do that. And I don't know why my teacher sounds country. But she does, apparently. But I get a lot of, you're so smart. You just need to apply yourself. Well, I'm applying myself to something different. And I don't ever get credit for that. A lot of times I'll walk into school dead tired because I've been editing, writing scripts, writing a business plan, talking and communicating with people of like who have ability to help me out and blah blah blah. But when I walk in dead tired, they tell me I need to stop playing on my computer, when half the time it's not playing, but I'm doing more work than they are, just in a different field, in a different way, and the immediate results are not going to be there. I really have to work for my results and hope that they come in for a while. Obviously, YouTube is not my main concern, but it is a huge concern for me, because I do like doing YouTube, and I'd love to make a career out of editing. It's not even YouTube in general. I want to be editing for myself. I want people to hire me as an editor. Oh, excuse me. Or like I want to edit videos for people and make them happy and smile. I like entertainment, and I like putting entertainment into the world, and that's what I like to do. So, wrapping up with teachers, give other options and help your students a little bit more. A lot of them are not as enthralled to be teachers as they used to be. My dad is an exception, especially. I've definitely got a list of a couple of teachers that I could say, but just to keep on going, I'm not going to give out that list. So, next thing would be to be the compliant student. Now, for me, it's never really worked out well being the quiet in the back student that does everything and anything. I don't get much out of it. I don't get any enjoyment out of it. I spend a lot of time doing work that I don't care about, and honestly, it just doesn't help me in the long run. Now, you tell me when I'm going to need the Pythagorean theorem when I'm editing a video. I don't know. I honestly have not used the Pythagorean theorem. I asked my parents, and they don't ever, so a lot of what they're teaching us is not useful in everyday life. I would love to have some classes where they teach me how to do my taxes, because I've got a W-2 form that's sitting on my desk right now that I don't know how to do anything with it. I've got a bank account that I've never sat down and balanced a checkbook because I don't know how. I've got ledgers and business plans and things like that, but where's my information for that? There's none of it. It's not there. It doesn't exist for me. Now, why is it that everything else, if it comes to college, they got everything there for me, but if I get out of college, I still don't know how to pay my taxes. I'm still going to jail. It doesn't matter. Oh, this guy went to Harvard. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to jail because I didn't pay my taxes. And why didn't I pay my taxes? Well, I didn't learn how to do that in school. Well, you learned how to research, son. Well, researching is different than doing. And if I were to mess up taxes, there's no, oh, this is your first time, we'll let you off. It's, you do your taxes correctly, or you don't, or you just go to jail. That's what it is. If they walk in and they see that my taxes are done incorrectly, they're going to be upset. It's plain and simple. Now where's my class to learn how to do that? I didn't get one. Did you? If you did, please, if any of this is wrong to you, please let me know, because that just means you have a way better school than I do, and I need to bring this to the attention of some of my superiors and my principal and blah blah blah, because I would love for my children to have this stuff. I would be really upset if they still have the same crappy education that I do. Or crappy education that they're giving me. I'm very smart, above my level, but the education they're giving me is not quality. I'll be completely honest. So, sitting in the back and being that nerd and doing all the work that they give you, well, fantastic. I got all A's. But what do I have for that? If I have all A's, that means there's no time for me hanging out with my friends because I gotta work also. I've tried many a times to like have that, oh, all A's but still hangs out with friends. There's no social life if you're doing all work. And if I had to study for my psychology, my AP Psych class, which they had me in for a while before they took me out, if I had to sit down and study for my AP Psych class, there was no way I was going to be able to study and then still go out with my friends and have a great time. There was zero way that was possible, especially with the job that I also work. It doesn't work out like that. And there's no like way to tell anyone like, oh well, can I get a little bit of an extended period so I can have some friends over so I can do something? No, there's no time for that. I gotta be ready for college, which always comes up because that's what I get a lot of, and it really sucks for me. But like that's what I'm getting a lot of, and that's where they're all trying to send me. But I don't want to go again, so it doesn't make sense for me to be doing half the stuff that I am. So I mean, that's what it is for being the good kid. But then there's also the other kid that a lot of the teachers load, the bad kid, the one that doesn't pay any attention, the one that doesn't do anything. And I've also been that kid, and that's been recently in high school. I've sat down in classes and literally just gone to sleep because there's nothing there for me. There's zero that I'm learning. There's zero that will help me. So there's nothing worth me being awake for. I go to sleep. Teachers absolutely hated me for it. I legitimately brought a pillow to a woman's class, pulled it out in front of her, and went to sleep because it was a thing that I just didn't care about. I still somehow passed the class. I don't know how. But, you know, that just goes to show you that even though they say putting in your hard work is what makes you like get your grade, how do I sleep through all my classes and still get a grade that's sometimes better than some of the people who have tried? And that's the thing that's weirding me out. And what's crazy about the entire thing is that there's no real way to show intelligence. There's standardized tests, but I absolutely loathe standardized tests because they don't give me anything. They're like, oh, memorize all this and then tell us exactly what we've told you. And I hate it because it seems like a form of brainwashing to me, but that's a story for another time. It seems very brainwashing, and I don't enjoy memorizing. I hate memorizing. Do I like learning random facts? Yeah. Do I like learning things? Yes. But learning them and putting them into practice and using them. I don't like to just learn things to just know them and then never have to use them. If you're going to tell me something worth knowing. If you're going to tell me how I can edit my video and make it look 30 times better, let me teach me that so I can put it into practice. Don't teach me that and say you're never going to ever use this in your life. No, I want to learn it so I can use it. Now, obviously, there are some exceptions to every rule, but for the most part, that's a fairly good rule of thumb. Don't waste my time, and I won't waste yours. They wasted my time, I fell asleep in their class, which for them was wasting their time, which they would say because I'd sometimes have to come back and ask for work or something. But they didn't want to give it to me because why? Well, you were sleeping in class, that wasted my time. Well, you know what, you were wasting mine right now because I asked you because I thought to give a damn. But apparently that doesn't matter. So, you know, it goes back and forth both ways, and no one really sees both sides. And one of my biggest things is I'm a follower of I've loved to watch Gaijin Goomba and his culture shocks and all of his content. So a big thing for me is to look at both sides as much as I can, and if I can, try to look from the other side and think, well, if I was this person, how would that make me feel? I am considerate of other people. I like to be considerate of other people, but if they're not considerate of me, I'm not going to waste my time. I don't waste time if you're going to waste mine. It's just a fact. A fact of life for me is, if you hit me, I'm going to hit you back with at least twice as much force. It's a fact. I don't enjoy being taken advantage of, because I was for years. I don't enjoy being walked over. I don't enjoy, like, having my time wasted. Especially now that time is such a valuable thing to me, is that I can do so much when I'm given time. But if I'm not given time, you better be giving me something to do. I will go to work willingly every day because they are not wasting my time. They can do, if they were to say, go stand out in the street and hold up a sign that says works over here, then I would totally do it, because what? I'm getting paid for every hour that I'm on the clock. I would be there and I'd do it willingly. Smile. I'd start doing sign dances. I'd learn how to spin a sign because I want to get better at it and I want to make the job fun. You know, it doesn't matter. My thing is, they don't waste my time. It's impossible for them to waste my time because I am on the clock doing whatever they say. As long as they aren't going against any regulations, I am on the clock. I am doing my work. I'm doing my job. So, I mean, to wrap things up, I find high school to be a waste of time. Or at least middle school, if nothing else. Because middle school, they teach you everything, but then there's, like, it's really just a holding cell because you gotta go through high school, and high school is holding cell for college, apparently now, and I don't like that, but, you know, it's a thing. I don't enjoy half the things that go on, and it's really just annoying to me. But, you know, I can't really do anything about it because I'm just one student, but I will voice my opinions one way and the other if I have them. So, I mean, that's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm going to continue to do. Guys, let me know, what do you think about high school, public school systems in general? Have you had these experiences? Am I speaking truthfully to you? Am I speaking absolute bullcrap and pulling it out of my butt, and you could tell me why? Please, I enjoy being told different opinions and different ways of looking at things. And this is just one part of this series, but I feel like at least before the school year ends, I'm going to have at least one more part to this. But, you know, high school sucks. I still got to go through it and get my diploma because I needed to keep my job. And that's legitimately my only reason for still being in high school. But I'm going to use it as my encouragement to continue. But that's all I have here today, guys. It's percolating with real talk about high schools. Let me know all the questions. Let me know down in the comments below what you think.